Hello Peaches!
So today I decided to share with you my favorite movies, well some of my favorite movies. I have 20 movies here and movie series in a way, and it's a lot, and it's not because all of them are my number one favorite, but it's just movies that I really love and that kind of like I want to share with you guys, so also you know what kind of movie styles and stuff I'm into. And this is not going to be a top 20 because I don't have one favorite movie or something like that, so it's not going to be like, you know, one is better than the other, because there is a lot of different genres here, and I don't have a favorite movie or two favorite movies or something because I'm into a lot of different genres of movies. So I'm just going to share with you my 20 favorites that I could just think about like right now-ish. Of my favorite movies and great movies that you guys should watch. And as I said, there's a lot of different genres, so if you hear the first 5 and you're like, oh, that's not my style, you just wait till the end because there is a lot of different. There's like Disney movies, horror movies, action movies, weird movies, funny movies, there's like everything here. And I watch a lot of movies, which is why I have 20 favorite movies in a way. I watch a lot of movies, so these are not even all of the movies that I have watched or that I have loved. There are so many movies that I love and that I want to share with you, but I decided to just stick to 20 because I thought that was enough. And I'm going to try and go through them pretty quickly because, you know, you guys know how much I like to talk. But yeah, I'm trying to do this quick. So here we go. So the first movie that I really love is Corpse Bride. It's a Tim Burton movie. I love everything from Tim Burton, but Corpse Bride is my absolute favorite that he has made. It's about this guy getting married and he kind of freaks out a little bit. So he runs into the woods to rehearse his wedding vows, and because of that he accidentally gets married to a dead bride, and he goes down to the underworld and stuff happens, and it's amazing, funny. There's a lot of great music in it and it's just really lovely. True Tim Burton, I just love it. The next one is Anastasia. A lot of people think this is a Disney movie, I don't know why, but it's not. It has always been one of my favorites. I watched it when I was a child so many times because I had it on VHS tape at my dad's place, and we watched it together a lot, me and my dad. It was just amazing. It's based loosely on a true story about something that happened in Russia some years ago with some princess thing named Anastasia, and the movie is kind of inspired a lot by that real event, and that Anastasia, who's a princess of some sort from Russia, she gets amnesia because her entire family is killed and driven away to Paris and stuff like that. So she gets amnesia and she lives in a orphanage for many years until she's an adult, where she finally she goes to Paris to find her family and she starts remembering things and stuff like that. It's really interesting, really beautifully made, and I just love it. The story's beautiful and kind of sad, and it's amazing. Next one is The Little Mermaid. Surprise, surprise! I really love that movie, and you guys all know what it's about. It's a Disney version, obviously. It's about this mermaid who fell in love with a man. Then she asked the witch to give her some legs, and she does, and that's all great and stuff happens. So yeah, I'm not going to go too much into that, but I just really love it. I always loved mermaids. It's my favorite kind of fairy tale creature. Mermaids are the best, so that's definitely one of my favorite Disney movies and movies in general. The next one is Alice in Wonderland, and this is my favorite movie, both the Disney version, the Tim Burton / Disney version, the new one Through the Looking Glass. I love the book. I love every sort of thing that I have seen and heard, and also Alice Madness Returns, the game. I love everything Alice in Wonderland. But the original Disney movie is still one of my favorite things with Alice in Wonderland. I love the universe. It's about, as you guys also know, just going to tell you guys anyway, it's about this girl who falls into a rabbit hole and then she goes into this wonderland, and it's so weird and freaky and things happen. And I love it. It's just amazing. Next one is Labyrinth with David Bowie from 1983, I think. It's really awesome and weird. First of all, I love David Bowie and some of his music. So he's in it, it's just awesome. And the universe itself is amazing. It's about this girl who just really hates her little brother who's a baby, and she has to take care of him all the time. So she asked the Goblin King, kind of like as a joke, like, oh, Goblin King, take away my baby brother. And then it actually happens, which she's like, whoa, what the fuck, I did not expect that. So she has to go through this labyrinth to get to the castle where the baby brother is. It's so amazing, so funny, and so weird, and because it's the 80s movies, there's a lot of puppet things, which is fucking creepy to me, so I also get that kind of creepy feeling when I watch it. I don't think anyone else does, but I do, and I like that feeling. Next one is Kamikaze Girls, and that's a Japanese movie. I really love Japanese and Asian films in general. They have a totally different way of making movies than we do. And it's kind of complicated, that movie. It's about this girl wearing Lolita clothes, like I also do from time to time. And then one day she meets this biker girl who's like in a gang, in a biker gang, which is totally opposite of Lolita. And they start hanging out, and they have this clothes that she's selling or something. It's very confusing to me still. I watched it a couple times and I'm still like, what's going on? But because it's Japanese, but it's really great, and it ends up with her being like the badass in that girl gang thing at the end. So it's really weird Japanese. I love it. It's just really nice and funny. It's not a horror movie, it's not a super action movie. It's more like just one of those fun, nice movies that you watch. Next one is Attack on Titan, the movie with real people. I have watched the anime and I love the anime, so when I heard that they made a movie, I was so excited. I don't know, I haven't actually heard any reviews of this movie. I haven't heard anyone talking about it, so I don't know what people think about it other than me, but I absolutely love it. It's amazing. Just you don't know what Attack on Titan is, it is an anime, and the movie is also in Japanese. And it's awesome. I just love it. It makes it so much better when things are in Japanese. It's about this little city, village thing that is being attacked by giant monsters that looks like people. Kind of weird people. They're pretty ugly. And one day they have built this giant wall so the people, giant people, titans, don't get in. But then one day this enormous big giant titan comes and destroys the wall so that all the smaller titans can come in and destroy and eat people. It's really awesome. It's a very serious movie. Like, there are maybe a few jokes in there, but it's nothing like, it's not a funny movie. It's an action movie. Pretty sad sometimes. Then the next movie is a horror movie. It's called The Eye, and it's the Japanese version. So they made the movie The Eye, the Japanese version first, and then a few years later they made an American version, just like they did with The Ring and The Grudge. And I'm not into those American versions. I have watched them, but I don't like them. It's about this blind girl who gets an eye transplant of some sort so that she can see again. But she doesn't only see what everyone sees. She starts seeing ghosts and scary things and can predict things. And it's just such a cool movie, such a cool concept, and it's really scary and really good, and I love it. The next movie is Spirited Away, which a lot of you guys probably know. I love that movie. This entire arm is from that movie. I love it. It's about this girl and her family. It's a Japanese movie, so weird. It's about this girl, Chihiro, who kind of like they have to move with her family, but she walks into this theme park with the parents who eat some food from there. Like, it's closed down, they're the only people there, but they eat the food, the parents, and they turn into pigs. And then Chihiro has to find out how to get her parents back and how to get out of that kind of theme park in a way. It's really interesting, and you have to watch it a lot before understanding what's going on, which I love about movies. It's just really interesting, and Hayao Miyazaki, I love his movies. Like, they're just so beautiful and so creative. The next one is also a Hayao Miyazaki movie. It's Howl's Moving Castle, and that's the same as Spirited Away. Super weird, Japanese, a lot of creative, colorful things going on. And it's about this girl who is rude to this witch kind of person. So the witch puts a spell on the girl so that she turns into an old lady. And then stuff happens. She meets some guy called Haru who lives in this castle, who moving castle. And it's very magical, there's a lot of magical stuff. Next movie, well, it's actually two movies, but it's Kill Bill movies. I love Kill Bill. They're just really funny, there's a lot of action in it, there's a lot of things going on, it's so weird and different from normal movies, and I just think it's really interesting. It's about this woman who she used to be in this kind of gang, people assassin kind of group, and then she decides to stop that and get married, but then the assassins come and almost kill her and her husband and stuff like that, and then she decides to get revenge, so she kind of seek down the people and kill Bill. Bill is the leader of that group, so he's the last one that she's going to get, because she's going to find her way to him. And it's just really awesome. A lot of fighting, a lot of blood, a lot of action. I love it. It's amazing. The next movie series is Star Wars, and I love pretty much all Star Wars. Well, I love all Star Wars, but you know, the first three and the newest one I love the most. The three that they made, well, that's actually number 1, 2, and 3, but the three that they made in between, you know, the ones with, you know, the first, it's so difficult with Star Wars, but you know what I mean, with Anakin Skywalker and stuff. I'm not a big fan of those 3 movies. I like more the old ones, and then the brand new ones. The new one was amazing, and you guys know what's about, you know, fighting Star Wars, and also because it's a lot of movies, so all the movies are about something different pretty much. So yeah, Star Wars is fucking great. Then it's Lord of the Rings, and I love all those movies as well. It's just, I really love fairy tale and all that kind of stuff, with you know, elves and dwarves and stuff like that. And it's obviously about these 2 hobbits that need to put a ring in some fire, and then yeah, you guys know what it's about. I don't even know why I'm telling you guys this, but it's really amazing. I love these 3 movies. The next movie is The Sixth Sense, and it's a very popular movie. It's kind of like something that everyone has watched or need to watch, or at least have heard about. It's about this boy who can see dead people, you know, that whole thing is from that movie, and he talks to this therapist and stuff like that. And it's not a scary movie, it's kind of like just more creepy, and I really love those movies that aren't actually scary. It's not like jump scares and stuff like that, it's just creepy. There's a lot of dead people, a lot of great stuff. I love that. Next one is Evil Dead, and not the new one. Not the new one. I haven't seen the new one actually, but the old one, the original Evil Dead. And the reason why I love it is because it's so funny. It was supposed to be serious, I heard, but then they didn't have enough money, so they kind of had to make everything as good as they could, and it just didn't work out great, so it just looked funny and stupid instead. And I really love that movie. I think it's hilarious. It's about these people going up to a cabin to kind of have a nice holiday, some friends and stuff, and then they find this book and things go crazy. And the new one, I heard they tried making it serious and that it actually is scary, and I'm going to watch it someday, definitely. I just haven't gotten around to it. But the old one, I think it's so great because just knowing that they actually tried making it scary and you're just sitting there looking at it like, really? I don't know, maybe I'm just the only one who likes those kind of really stupid movies, but yeah, I love it. I think it's so funny. Then there's Clockwork Orange, and it is very weird, that movie. I have watched it a couple times, and the first time I watched it, it was with my mom, and I am kind of weird. I love weird movies, and my mom is also a little bit weird, but she's not, I don't think she has the mind to those kind of movies because she was so confused. But I really love that movie, and it's kind of hard to explain what's going on. It's about this guy named Alex. He's in this gang of people who do some criminal things. They rape women, they break in, steal stuff, beat people on the street, stuff like that. You know, a classic gang in a way. They're just really weird. And then this Alex guy gets caught, and he's going into some sort of jail where they're testing some new things, and he's the testing person. Kind of a way to see if criminals can become non-criminals by a way of doing things, and it's really freaky, really weird, really great. I love it. But you definitely have to have kind of a weird mindset in order to understand and in order to like this movie, because it is super weird. So if you don't have the same kind of mindset as I do, kind of like weird, abstract, I guess, in a way, then you will probably not like this movie. Then there's Pan's Labyrinth, and that is, it's beautiful, it's sad, it's awesome, I love it. So it's actually, I think it's Spanish, it's some some language that I don't know, and I don't know Spanish, so it's probably Spanish. So it's about this girl in like the 1940s, I think. It's kind of like around World War II. Her mother gets married to this Spanish war dude who's in charge of some things in the war. I don't really know what it's called. And they move into this house where there's this labyrinth in the backyard, and she goes down there and she meets this faun. Is that what it's called? Goat kind of person, fairy tale person, and she has to, like, she goes through a lot of adventure, fairy tale kind of things while still being in the real world. It's not like Alice in Wonderland where she just goes into a wonderland for the rest of her life, but you know, it's going a lot back and forth, and she has to do some things and some tasks to prove that she's a princess of that fairy tale world. And there's just a lot of stuff going on. It's really sad. There's a lot of really sad stuff and serious. It's not like a funny movie. It's a very serious fairy tale movie, and I really love that. It's so amazing and so creative. The next movie is Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and I love Monty Python everything. The Flying Circus, Life of Brian, everything. They are just fucking hilarious. Just my kind of humor. So the Holy Grail is my favorite because it's the first thing that I ever watched with Monty Python, and it's just so funny and so weird. It's in back in the night days where people were knights and stuff like that, and they have to find this Holy Grail. That's pretty much all I know because it is I've watched it 1,000 million times, but it's so weird, so funny, and so random, and very stupid kind of humor that I just love. It's so funny. Classic Monty Python, I love it. Next one is The Addams Family, the movie from 1919 something, 93, 4, 5, 6, 7, I don't know. It's really great. I love The Addams Family, as pretty much any goth would do, I think. It's just really, really nice, really funny. It's about the Addams Family, who is a weird gothic horror family. Like, they love all things scary, dead, and all that kind of stuff. And I just really love that. It's a really great idea for a movie. I also love the original series from the 60s. It's one of my favorites, and that movie is just so great, so much fun. Then the last movie that I have on this list is Batman the Dark Knight. I love everything Batman, but especially the Dark Knight, because the Joker is my favorite character of all Batman, and Heath Ledger's version is one of my favorite Jokers, and the Dark Knight is just, it's amazing. I love it. As you all know, Batman, it's the superhero, and The Dark Knight, it's about the Joker doing his business as a criminal again, and Batman has to make sure he doesn't do all that kind of stuff. It's really great, really interesting. I love it that it's very long, because normally movies are like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, but this one is pretty damn long, I think. It feels long, and I really love that. I love long movies, and especially Batman and the Joker. It's awesome. So that was all the movies that I wanted to talk about. Again, as I said, I have watched a lot of movies. I love watching movies. I do it every single day. So if you guys have any movies that you think I would like based on any of these that I told you guys about, please let me know in the comments down below, because I'm always looking for new great movies to watch. And also, I'm planning on doing this kind of video with TV series as well, with like TV shows, series, stuff like that. So I'm probably going to do that one day, so keep an eye out for that video. Press the like button if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well, and thank you for watching.